Your soulmate saying, "I can't keep this from you, there's something about my feelings I never admitted." My child, I see you sitting there with a heart full of hope that you are almost afraid to let yourself feel. You have carried a quiet ache for so long that you have gotten used to the weight of it on your chest. But I have not forgotten you, and I have not ignored the prayers you whispered only in the privacy of your own tears. Listen closely to me, because what I am about to tell you changes everything you thought was lost. I know you have been waiting for a person who sees the real you behind the smile you wear for the world. You have wondered if there is a soul alive who will accept the broken parts you try to hide in the daylight. I am telling you now that this person exists, and they are closer to your life than you have ever dared to believe. And the truth is, they have been carrying a secret in their spirit that they have never spoken out loud to another living soul. That secret is growing inside them like a fire they cannot put out with distraction or busyness. They think about you in the quiet moments when the house is dark and the world has gone to sleep. They feel a pull toward you that has no logical explanation in the natural mind, and it confuses them deeply. But my hand is on that confusion, and I am shaping it into a beautiful clarity that will soon break open. Stay with me until the end, because I am going to reveal the exact sign I am placing in your path tomorrow. It will be simple, and you might miss it if you are not looking through the eyes of your spirit rather than your fear. But if you pay attention, you will know that I am moving mountains on your behalf right now. That sign is the beginning of the final season of waiting, and it is already on its way to your door. You have felt strange warmth on your skin when no one else was near, as if a loving hand was brushing your shoulder. You have woken up in the middle of the night with a name on your lips that you did not recognize. Those were not accidents, and they were not tricks of your tired mind playing games with your loneliness. Those were moments when your soulmate was calling out to me about you, and I let a whisper of it reach your room. I have seen your lonely nights, the ones you never told your friends about because you did not want to seem desperate. I have collected every single tear that fell on your pillow when the silence of your house felt too heavy to bear. I have kept those tears like precious jewels, and I have shown them to the one who will love you. That person has wept over your pain without ever having met you, and that is the purest proof of my planning. Jesus says, the connection you are longing for is not a fantasy born from too many romantic hopes. It is a covenant I designed before you took your first breath on this earth. I have written your name into the story of another human being, and I have written their name into yours. What I have joined together in my will cannot be undone by distance, time, or the doubts that nag at your peace. Your soulmate has been fighting a battle inside their own heart, and this is the secret they have not admitted. They are afraid that if they speak the truth of their feelings, it will overwhelm them and make them vulnerable. They have been hurt before, and they have built walls around their heart that only I can tear down. But in the deep place where they are most honest with themselves, they know you are the one they cannot stop thinking about. There have been nights when they have picked up their phone to call you, even though they did not have your number. They have felt an urgency to reach out into the dark and find you, and that urgency came from me. I have been stirring their spirit, pulling them out of complacency, and pushing them toward your future. The love they are preparing to give you is not small or hesitant, it is massive, steady, and fully surrendered to my guidance. You need to understand that what is coming toward you is not a temporary relief from your loneliness. This is a permanent home for your heart, a place where you will no longer have to perform or pretend. The one I am bringing to you will see your flaws and love you more because of them, not in spite of them. So I am asking you now to release the weight of your past, because your arms are too full to receive this gift. Let go of the memory of the person who left you feeling unworthy of real devotion. Let go of the words that were spoken over you in anger, words that made you feel like too much or not enough. Those words were never my truth, and they were never the truth of the soul who is coming to find you. I am the one who defines your worth, and I say you are fearfully and wonderfully made for a love that will amaze you. The Lord says, I am not asking you to forget your past, because your past has taught you how to recognize what is false. But I am asking you to stop building your future out of the ashes of old disappointments. Your soulmate is not the person who hurt you, and they should not have to pay for wounds they did not create. Open your hands, my child, and let the bitterness fall to the ground so I can fill them with something better. Tomorrow, when you wake up, I am going to place a very specific sign before your eyes. It will be so ordinary that your logical mind will want to dismiss it as a coincidence. But I am telling you ahead of time so you will know it is me speaking directly to your heart. You will see 3 birds sitting together on a wire or a branch near your window or on your path. That is the signal that your soulmate has just taken a major step toward you in the spiritual realm. The number 3 represents the holy union I am building, with you, your soulmate, and me at the center. When you see those 3 birds, I want you to say out loud, even in a whisper, I receive this sign in peace. And then I want you to thank me, not for the birds, but for the promise they represent over your life. There is something else I need to tell you about your soulmate, and you must guard this truth carefully. They have been praying for you by name, even though they may not know your full name in the natural world. In their prayers, they have described you to me, and every description matches the person you are becoming right now. That is why you have felt a sudden urge to grow, to heal, and to become more patient with yourself. The growing pains you have experienced recently were not punishment, they were preparation for the weight of this blessing. I have been pruning away the relationships and habits that would have poisoned the garden where your love will grow. I have been teaching you how to stand alone in my strength so that when you come together, you will not lean on each other for survival but for joy. That is the foundation of a love that lasts through every storm, and I am laying that foundation now. Jesus says, your soulmate is not stuck in hesitation because they do not love you. They are pausing because they feel the magnitude of what is happening, and they want to honor it properly. They sense that this is not a casual encounter, not a simple attraction that will fade with time or distance. They know, deep in their bones, that you are the one I have set apart for them, and that knowledge humbles them. This is the feeling they have never admitted out loud. They are terrified of messing up what I have ordained. They have lain awake replaying imagined conversations with you, trying to find the right words to introduce their heart. But I am telling them, just as I am telling you, that the words will come when the time is right. The time is drawing near, and no force on earth or in the spiritual world can delay what I have already set in motion. You have been seeing their face in your dreams, even if you could not remember the details when you woke. You have been smelling a scent in empty rooms, a fragrance that belongs to no one in your current life. These are not signs that you are losing your mind, they are signs that your spirit is already connecting with theirs. I am allowing your souls to touch across the distance because I know the time is coming for your bodies and lives to meet. Do not be afraid of the intensity of your feelings, because I have placed those feelings inside you for a purpose. Your desire for deep connection is not a weakness, it is a reflection of my own love for you. I made you for intimacy, for trust, for the kind of partnership that mirrors my faithful heart toward humanity. So let yourself hope again, even if hope has burned you before, because this time is different. The Lord says, I am going to reveal the exact block that has been keeping your souls from meeting in the natural world. It is not a curse, and it is not a punishment, it is simply a matter of my perfect timing. There is a lesson your soulmate is finishing right now, a final test of their character that will prove their readiness for you. When they complete this lesson, and they are very close to completing it, the door between you will swing wide open. You have a part to play in this, and it is simpler than you think. You must continue to choose faith over fear every single morning when your feet touch the floor. You must speak words of life over your future instead of rehearsing the disappointments of your past. And you must trust that I am working on your behalf even when the evidence seems silent and still. There will be a moment soon, perhaps within days or weeks, when you will feel a sudden shift in the atmosphere. It will feel like a knot untying in your chest, like a long-held breath finally being released. That is the moment your soulmate will speak the secret they have been holding in their heart. And you will know, without a single doubt, that every tear and every lonely night was worth this arrival. Jesus says, the love I am bringing to you is not blind, it sees clearly and chooses you anyway. It is not based on a fantasy of who you could become. It is rooted in the reality of who you are right now. Your soulmate will love the way you laugh too loud when you forget to be self-conscious. They will treasure the way you care for others, even when it costs you something precious. They will wake up every morning grateful that I placed you in their path, and they will tell you so with their words and their actions. This is not a love that will leave you guessing about where you stand. It is a love that will build you up, protect you, and point you back to me every single day. And that is why I am asking you to prepare your heart now, before the collision of your worlds occurs. Let go of the need to control every detail of how this will happen. Release your timeline to me, because my timing is perfect even when it feels painfully slow. You have heard that patience is a virtue, but I want you to understand that patience is also an act of trust. Every day you wait in faith, you are saying to me, I believe you are good, and I believe you are working. That trust is the soil where your future love will take root and flourish. It will not grow in the rocky ground of anxiety or the shallow dirt of desperate striving. I am calling you into a deep rest, a peace that surpasses your understanding of how things should unfold. Because when you rest in me, you are declaring that the battle is mine to fight, and I never lose. The Lord says, your soulmate has a message for you, and I am going to give you a glimpse of it right now. It is the very thing they have not admitted, the confession that sits on the tip of their tongue. They want to tell you that you feel like home to them, even though you have never shared an address. They want to say that their heart recognizes you in a way that defies everything they have ever known. They have been trying to rationalize their feelings, to find a logical explanation for the pull they feel toward you. But the more they try to explain it away, the more I amplify the signal in their spirit. Because this love is not supposed to make sense by the world's standards, it is supposed to point to my supernatural hand. And soon, very soon, they will stop fighting it and surrender fully to the truth they have been hiding. That surrender will be the turning point, the moment the dam breaks and the water rushes forward. You do not need to force this, you only need to stand in the flow and receive what is coming. I am clearing the debris from the riverbed right now, removing every obstacle that would slow the current. When it reaches you, it will not be a trickle, it will be a flood of clarity, affection, and unashamed commitment. Your part in this season is to become the person I have called you to be. Focus on your healing, your growth, and your daily walk with me, and let the romance unfold in my hands. Do not chase after love like a hungry hunter, instead, cultivate a garden so beautiful that love wants to linger there. I am tending that garden with you, and the one I am bringing will recognize it as the place they have always belonged. Jesus says, there is a specific memory from your past that keeps replaying in your mind, and you need to let it rest. It is the memory of a moment when you felt rejected, abandoned, or overlooked, and it has become a lens through which you see yourself. I am telling you now that this lens is cracked, and it has distorted your view of your own worth. Break that lens today by speaking my truth over your life. I am chosen, I am loved, and I am worthy of faithfulness. When you say these words, the spiritual chains that have held you back will begin to loosen. You will feel a lightness in your step that you have not felt in years. And that lightness will be the signal to the spiritual realm that you are ready for the next chapter. Angels are waiting on your word, waiting on your surrender, to move forward with the assignments I have given them concerning your love story. I do not want you to live another day believing that you have missed your chance for love. That is a lie from the enemy, designed to make you settle for less than my best. I am the God of redemption, and I make all things new, including broken dreams and delayed hopes. Your story is not over, it is just now reaching the chapter where everything changes for the better. The 3 birds you will see tomorrow are not an omen of bad luck or a random occurrence. They are a direct message from my throne to your heart, a confirmation that I have heard your prayers. When you see them, know that your soulmate has moved past a major obstacle in their own life. They have let go of something that was holding them back, and that release is opening the door to you. The Lord says, I want you to imagine your soulmate sitting alone in a quiet place, thinking of you. They are not thinking of you with worry or regret, they are thinking of you with a deep, abiding hope. They are asking me to give them the courage to step into your life without fear of rejection. And I am answering their prayer by preparing your heart to receive them with grace and patience. This is a divine partnership, and I am the silent partner holding both of your hands. You are not walking into this love alone, I am going before you, smoothing the rough paths. I am preparing a table before you in the presence of your past hurts, and that table is set for two. Soon, you will sit at that table with your soulmate, and the feast of your shared future will begin. Do not rush to the table before the food is ready, and do not despair that the chair across from you is still empty. The meal I am preparing is worth the wait, and the guest who will sit there is worth the preparation. I am a God of abundance, and I do not serve scraps or half-finished promises. Your waiting is not wasted, it is marinating your heart in the flavors of gratitude and anticipation. Jesus says, "The intensity you feel when you think about your soulmate is a reflection of the bond one have already created. It is not obsessive, it is holy, and it is designed to draw you both closer to me. Let that intensity drive you to prayer, not panic, let it push you into my presence, not into premature action. I am the still point in the center of this storm of emotion, and I am anchoring you both to a steady course. There will be a day, sooner than you think, when you will look back on this season of waiting with gratitude. You will see how every delay was a protection, every closed door was a redirection, and every silence was a lesson in listening. That day is coming, and when it arrives, you will thank me for the very things that once made you weep. For now, I want you to take a deep breath and let my peace settle over your racing thoughts. Your soulmate is also in a season of preparation, even if they do not fully understand it. They are learning lessons about loyalty, patience, and selflessness that will make them a safe person for your heart. I am refining them like gold in a furnace, burning away the impurities that would harm your future union. Trust that my work in them is as thorough as my work in you, and that the result will be a love that shines. The final sign I am placing in your path is this. Before this week ends, you will hear a song that reminds you of a love you have not yet experienced. It will play at an unexpected moment, and it will stir a longing in you that feels both painful and beautiful. That song is a love letter from your soulmate, delivered by my hand through the natural world. When you hear it, do not run from the emotion, let it wash over you and cleanse the fear from your heart. The Lord says, I am calling you to a new level of faith, a faith that believes before seeing. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed, and you are among the blessed. Your soulmate is not a ghost, they are real flesh and blood, walking the earth with the same hopes and fears you carry. But our connection is already real, already active, and already changing the course of both your lives. So speak to your soulmate in your prayers, even though you do not yet know their face. Thank me for them as if they are already standing beside you, because in the spiritual realm, they are. Pour out your love for them in the secret place, and I will deliver every ounce of that love to their spirit. You are not loving a stranger, you are loving a promise I made to you before time began. This is the final step of trust. Stop seeing yourself as someone who is waiting to be chosen, and start seeing yourself as someone who has already been claimed. You belong to me, and you belong to the one I am bringing to you. The papers are signed in heaven. Now you must live like a person who is loved, not like a person who is hoping to become lovable. The difference is everything, and it is the key that unlocks the door to your breakthrough. Jesus says, the secret your soulmate has been holding is that they are already in love with the idea of a life with you. They have imagined waking up next to you, making decisions with you, and growing old beside you. They have pictured your face in their future, even though they have not seen it clearly in the present. That vision is a gift from me, a preview of the covenant I am establishing between your two souls. Do not be afraid to hope for these things, because hope is the anchor of your soul. Let your imagination be sanctified, filled with visions of healthy love, mutual respect, and holy intimacy. I am the author of those dreams, and I do not plant desires in your heart that I do not intend to fulfill. So dream boldly, and then release those dreams to me, trusting that my version is even better than yours.